Hello, everyone, and welcome to a discussion on this blog by Ankur Shiv Bhandari titled Credibility Isn't a Costume, It's Your Own Skin. Under Ankur's thought-sharing banner, Excellence Intended, we are ASB and Version, and for this deep dive, well, our mission is really to peel back the layers of Ankur Shiv Bhandari's insightful blog post. We're going to explore why, genuine credibility isn't about putting on a show or trying to fit into some kind of mold.
Right. It's something much deeper, something that comes from within.
Exactly. And more importantly, what that actually means for you listening in your own life, your work, your relationships. So Ankur Shiv Bhandari kicks things off by pointing out something I think we all feel, right? This constant barrage of rules for how to be credible.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everywhere you look, there are these 100-point font warnings or 10 things never to do lists. It's just exhausting, isn't it?
Totally exhausting. It feels less like helpful advice and more like, I don't know, a giant instruction manual for how to exist.
Or like you're constantly in a costume fitting you just can't get out of.
Exactly. And what Ankur highlights, we'll hear, is how credibility seems to have been boiled down to this checklist. A formula.
A script to follow.
Yeah, a script. It's almost like the message is, okay, smile just enough, talk just right, but whatever you do, don't show the real you. But Ankur seemed to suggest that in this world obsessed with like metrics and perfect images, it feels easier sometimes to just tick the boxes.
Easier than doing the real work.
Easier than the harder work of, genuine self-discovery. And that leads us straight into this trap he talks about.
And that's where the real issue begins, isn't it? Ankur's core point isn't just about like feeling good. It's almost a strategic warning. He argues that when you're constantly tweaking who you are to fit what others expect, you build up this kind of credibility. Yeah. Like the gap between who you pretend to be and who you are just gets too big. But why is that script so tempting then, even when it feels wrong?
Well, that's a key question, because Ankur Shiv Bhandari gives us this really vivid image. He says the further you drift from your real self, the more you sound like.
Oh, I remember this bit.
An AI-generated coach from 2025.
Right. Which is kind of funny, but also quite stark,
It is. And society often does reward that sort of surface polish, at least in the short term, which pushes us towards the trap.
But the cost is high.
Exactly. As Ankur emphasizes, when credibility is just a performance, you lose that genuine connection. You lose trust.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you lose a bit of yourself. That cost of pretense is just too high.
Makes you think, doesn't it? How many great ideas or real connections get lost because someone's too busy wearing their credibility costume? Then Ankur takes us somewhere really interesting, Hollywood. He uses The Greatest Showman.
Ah, yes, the Barnum example. Great movie.
Yeah. Remember P.T. Barnum, Hugh Jackman's character? Ankur uses his early attempts to get into high society as this perfect example.
He's trying so hard.
So hard, wearing the right clothes, saying the right things, chasing after all these so-called credible people. It's almost funny watching him try to fit in.
And while he's doing that, he's overlooking what actually made him special in the first place.
Exactly, which connects right back to the main point, doesn't it?
It does. If we link this back, Ankur Shiv Bhandari shows how Barnum's chase for external approval actually led him to sideline his own unique performers.
Yeah, the bearded lady, the trapeze artists, the oddballs, as Ankur puts it.
Right, the very people who were unapologetically themselves. They embodied the authenticity that Barnum was, at that point, running away from.
It's such a powerful metaphor for how we sometimes push down our own unique bits, our quirks, trying to fit some ideal.
We really do. And we all know how that kind of story ends. Barnum's whole facade, it just crumbles. You can't build real trust on pretense.
It just doesn't last.
No. And Ankur's point here is that, like Barnum, maybe we sideline our own authentic crew. Our real strengths, our weird bits, chasing something fake.
So true credibility isn't a strategy you learn.
No, it's more like a return to yourself, a rediscovery.
And that's a powerful lesson that applies way beyond the big top, right? To the office, to our daily lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The second people sense that gap, that inconsistency between the costume and the real skin underneath.
Your message just loses its punch.
Completely. Doesn't matter how polished it sounds. Ankur Shiv Bhandari is really clear. Lasting influence, real impact. It comes from being genuinely you.
So Okay, what does this mean for us, practically? Ankur says this isn't just Hollywood stuff. He's seen it.
In real life.
In leaders who try so hard to present well, they end up, and this is his phrase, sounding like a podcast with the playback speed set to 1.5x.
Yes, I remember reading that.
And he even admits, he's done it himself, which makes it relatable.
It does. We've probably all been there.
That image, though, someone talking super fast, cramming in jargon, trying too hard to sound important, it often backfires.
Totally. And Ankur contrasts that with people who speak with simple honesty, the ones who just light up the room.
How does he describe them?
No filters, no corporate gloss, just truth, passion, and the courage to be seen.
Wow. That's powerful.
It is. And Ankur argues that in this world full of curated images, being genuinely yourself, well, that's your most valuable currency. Forget perfect. Real impact comes from being real.
Because our brains are wired for that.
Sort of. We're wired to notice consistency or, well, inconsistency. Pretense often just triggers this gut feeling of distrust,
Which is why Ankur calls authenticity a superpower. It makes sense.
Exactly, because when you speak and act from who you really are, not who you think people want you to be.
You build this deep trust.
Yes. A trust that, like Ankur says, no strategy can buy. It's like this quiet rebellion against all those perfect, polished personas we feel pressured to put on.
A quiet revolution. I like that.
So this really leads us to Ankur's main challenge for us, the big question he wants us to ask when we get advice on how to be credible.
Okay, what's the question?
He says, pause and ask. Is it really about the words, or is it about the intention behind them?
The intention, that's the core, isn't it?
That's the real core. Because, as Ankur Shiv Bhandari puts it so well at the end, you just can't fake your way to being believable.
People don't trust perfect.
They trust real. Be you. That's his message. Weird quirks, quiet confidence, chaotic brilliance, subtle disasters, all of it. He says it beats polished pretense any day.
Which leaves us with his final thought, that question for self-reflection.
Yeah. So what costume are you ready to shed today?
What a question to ponder. And with that thought, thanks for listening to this deep dive on Ankur's blog. We welcome you to join Ankur's social media channels, as mentioned in the description, for other thought pieces, especially on bridging the knowing-doing gap and related discussions. All the best from all of us. Bye-bye.